Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Robcast Revenge of the Nerd podcast, Convention Review Edition. Yes, hello, everyone. It is me, Robert Cicchetto, the inventor of zombie portraits and guru of all things pop culture, and I do love pop culture. You can see behind me, I've got a nice Lego Mechagodzilla sitting there, just waiting to attack. Yes, guys, I'm here to do a convention review of the conventions I've been to thus far this year, and that has been 3 conventions. Con season's back. I went to a couple of cons at the end of last season, and they were phenomenal. People were ready to engage again, and it seemed that everything was sort of, kind of back to normal. People were still wearing masks and things like that last year, and this year as well. I just want to preface this review by saying I am in absolutely no way influenced by any of the promoters. I have no bias or favoritism towards anyone or any of the cons on this list in this review, and nor will I ever. I have no emotions anymore. I'm dead inside, man. I can't cop to. I can't fool to anyone. I'm incorruptible, man, because I just don't care. Anyway, I wanted to say that. I also wanted to say, please, guys, if you can, react to the video in some way. A thumbs up would be great. A thumbs down, it's not great, but it's a reaction. I'll take it. If you subscribe to the channel, I would really, really appreciate that. That would be fantastic. Comments, guys, too. Comments are great. I love interacting with you guys, and giving you some info on things. Maybe some valuable info for conventions and things like that. So, and other things. I'm here to entertain and inform. So, please, if you can, give me a thumbs up for videos, and check out my other videos too, man. They're pretty good. They're pretty fun. I always like to try to have fun. We have fun. Okay, so with no further ado, Barrie GameCon was the first con I went to. So I had just done these cons like almost 3 in a row, like weekend almost. So they're pretty fresh in my mind. The Barrie GameCon, I love the Barrie GameCon. I have always gone to it. I think I can't remember exactly, but I think they're probably in their 5th or 6th year. Maybe, and I'm pretty sure I've done all of them. I can't be sure of that, but I think I have. They've always been great. Barrie GameCon is sort of like a venerable con now. It's been around for a long time. The promoters are great. The setup's great. The venues are good. I have never had a problem with them at all. I don't think anyone else has that I know of. When I review cons, it is simply observe and report. So I'm going to tell you how I did and what others have told me. So it's not like secondhand information; it's firsthand information. So if I talk to people, and everyone talks on the floor, right? If you have a free second, you talk to someone that's next to you, or someone, maybe a colleague, maybe someone that that is there too. If you have a moment to, I rarely do have moments to step away from my table because I'm usually alone, and I'm usually working nonstop. I'm always drawing when I'm at a con, but I do try to take time to, and a lot of times I don't even really ask. It's just one of those things. How are you doing today? And it's one of those things that comes very easily, and everyone sort of talks about that. So this Barrie GameCon that I was at this year, I had 4 tables. A gentleman, a friend of mine, was great enough to give me the 2 tables that he wasn't going to be using that he had already paid for. So I had 4 tables loaded for bear. I had tons of stuff. I did not very well. I personally think it's because of where I was located, but it absolutely, and I want to stress this, has absolutely nothing to do with the organizers, promoters, in no way. In no way, shape, or form. I had 4 tables. They had to put me somewhere. I couldn't just be placed anywhere. So I was placed sort of at the end of the convention. It was in an arena, and it was like in the sort of round part of the rink at the back, or front, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I was kind of at the back. And I think people were sort of like just bypassing my table, and I could feel that. And I thought, I looked at my spot and I thought, wow, great, it looks great. But then as the day wore on, I was like, people are just sort of bypassing it. So I think that might have had something to do with it. I didn't feel a huge surge of electricity in the air, excitement. You had the hardcore gamers and stuff. They came in, purchased their things, and then the rest of the day was sort of lackadaisical for me personally. So other people that I talked to said they were doing well. That's great. I think the person next to me, a lovely lady who was selling cupcakes, like sort of like pop culture themed cupcakes and things like that. She said she was doing well as well. So, I mean, she was right next to me. So, hey, maybe it was just me. You can't win them all. And don't ever believe anyone that tells you, oh, you know what, I'm not here for the money. I don't really care to make money. I don't need to make money. Everybody needs to make money, man. Did you see the prices of everything right now? Yeah, everybody needs to make money. Don't believe that bullshit. People will always take the high road until the bill shows up, all right? So, everybody's a high roller, man, until the bill shows up. So everybody goes to cons to make money. If not, to at least break even, for God's sakes. Even if you're an artist and you go there and you're like, well, I want more eyes on my art, I want more people to see it and exposure, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, that's great, but you want to make money at cons. Come on. Let's all agree to that. Am I the first one saying that ever? If I am, you heard it here first. It was a great con, well attended. Barrie Game Con was fantastic. It always is. I will go back for sure. I just struck out this time. Next con, Deep River Geek Fest by the way, Barrie Game Con, obviously Barrie, Ontario. It was held in Barrie, Ontario. Deep River Geek Fest, Deep River, Ontario. Quite a drive for me. It was like a 3.5 hour drive. Great drive. It was fine. It was on a long weekend. Great venue. Once again, I did not do very well. I felt that the fervor and electricity and excitement was not in the air, and I was very wary of that. And I got this a lot. Oh my God, I love your art. Oh my God, it's incredible. Okay, bye. And then, that's kind of what the crowd was. And again, no fault of anyone. That's just the way it was. Also, because of a massive storm in Ontario at the time, the power went off halfway through the first day. It was a 2-day con. The Barrie Game Con was a 1-day, by the way. I should have mentioned that. But this was a 2-day con. We had great accommodations. Fantastic accommodations, actually. The city itself is beautiful. It's a wonderful place to go to. Like I said, the venue was great. The organization was great. I'm not sure, I don't really know what kind of advertising the promoters do, but I just sort of base it on the attendance, kind of, because I'm just not privy to the towns and who sees what advertising wise. So I can't really talk about that. I can only talk about how many people showed up, what they did. I talked to another colleague on the floor, and same thing with him. He said, yeah, a lot of looky-loos and not a lot of people buying stuff. It was kind of more like it seemed like a show more than to him, more than like people buying merchandise. And again, like I said, that's what I observed firsthand, what I heard from my colleague firsthand, I talked to another person who said they were doing very well. I don't know what that means exactly, but if someone's happy and they're telling me they're doing well, I'll just take it at face value. Like to some people, breaking even it means doing very well. I don't know. So, but with a lot of people, I assume they're doing very well. In terms of selling a lot of stuff and getting eyes on their products and stuff. And I mean by that I mostly mean people who bring things they either make or create themselves. I assume people who are comic book stores to bring comics, and game stores who bring games and things like that. It's kind of a bit different, but still, they're affected by it too. If people aren't coming in and aren't buying stuff, it's hard on everyone, man. Everyone had to spend money to get there in some way. I spent $200 on gas, man, driving to Deep River. Probably the same. Oh yeah, absolutely the same amount to Barrie. But that's just a cost that's inherent in the things that you have to do. There's table costs and things like that. So when you go out of your way to go to a city or town, you're hoping that people are waiting and wanting you to be there, and the excitement's there for them to see your work and to see whatever you bring. It really doesn't matter that much. So that's the feeling I got. Now I'm not holding a power outage against the Deep River Geek Con. It was a fantastic weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. Everyone that I was, sort of with, and everyone was happy and everyone was in good spirits, and I had a fantastic weekend. But yeah, I felt the sales just weren't there for me personally, and a couple other people I talked to. But again, that's not indicative of the promoter or anything like that, or the venue or anything like that. So I just want to really reinstate that and say that it just wasn't our day in that sense. So yeah, again, observe and report. There's no complaining or there's no belly aching or whining about anything. That's just what I experienced firsthand. So the last one on the list here, Nickel City Game Expo, and that was held in Sudbury, Ontario, not very far from my place. So thankfully didn't have to spend much in gas. Nickel City Game Expo, I'd never been to that one before, and nor have I ever been to the Deep River Geek Fest. I would like to go back. I would like another shot. But the Nickel City Game Expo, first time I'd been there. I think it was the second one that they held, and like the Deep River Geek Fest. Sorry guys, all this talking. Deep River Geek Fest. I believe it was the second annual one. The Nickel City Game Expo as well, second annual one. I did not go to the first one, nor did I go to the first Deep River Geek Fest. Nickel City Game Expo. Wow, what can I say? Exciting, electricity in the air. People were bouncing, man. Everything was awesome. There was just so many bright moments for myself and so many other people. Right out of the gate, I got tips. People were giving me tips. I've never seen that before in my entire life, and I've done many cons. Wow, the crowd was just absolutely delightful. It was held in a giant, sort of enclosed tent outdoors, but in the Harley Davidson motorcycle building's parking lot. So a massive parking lot, so lots of parking, and people were coming in. It was a beautiful day, so there was lots of pluses there. Just a perfect amount of breeze, all that, man. It was to me, it was so fantastic. People were asking questions and so engaged in everything. I got some I got some custom orders out of it that were paid for by e-transfer right at the con. Man, it was fantastic. I saw familiar faces too. You know, I talked to other people on the floor, and they said, "Wow, I can't believe how." You know, great the fans are. Everyone's engaging and buying stuff. Everyone had stuff in their hands that they were buying left, right, and center. It was fantastic. So again, and you know, it wasn't like a huge venue. Like I could basically see everything where I was. And I had 2 tables, and I did very well for the brief time that I was there. It was a 1-day affair, and set up in the morning, and pack away at 5, I think it was. So I have to say it was fantastic, and like I said, I'd never been to that one before. And you know, don't let the size of the venue scare you, man. I've done conventions in garages, man, and barns that were mind-blowing, that were great. And you know, as an artist, every artist, artisan, maker of things, whatever, you know, when people come to your table and they purchase something, I can't even tell you how much that means to us, man. That is like the biggest honor and compliment, and it's just it's why we exist, man. So you know, when you do that, when you buy something, when you purchase something, and you love it, and you talk about it, and you want to talk more about it to the person who's made it and all this stuff. That means everything. That means the world to us, man. And I can't overstate that enough. It's just it's a miracle. It's miraculous. It's fantastic. So we love you guys. We love you fans. More than anything. Look, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that. So yeah, it means everything. So I think that's kind of it. I'm gonna wrap it up. That was the long and short of it, guys. And like I said, I don't want I when I do the reviews, it's a complete observe and report. Now, I really want you to remember that, because just because you did bad at a con one day, 1 year, doesn't mean you're going to do poorly at it the next year. If you did any sort of business, or if you talk to anyone, consider that a great thing. That's a fantastic thing. You can't buy that kind of feeling. It only comes organically, man, and it's so great to experience. Now, this has been a 20-minute video almost. I'm gonna let you guys go, man. I know it's a long one, but man, 3 cons. I had to wrap that one up. So I would love to do more con reviews and talk about cons. And for anyone out there who wants any kind of pointers on attending cons, what to do, what not to do, leave your inquiries, or just ask me, hey man, could you do a video about cons, and give us some information on how to sell and what to do and how to conduct yourself and things like that. I would love to answer all of your questions, man, because I'm an old hat at it. I've been to many cons of many different sizes, man. The big ones, and the wee little ones. And they're all great. They all have a place for you to sell your wares and get exposure and get more eyes on your work. And it's all great. So until next time, guys, I will bid you adieu. Love and best wishes always. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Make me do more videos. And I will talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.